Thunderous sounds of boulders, massive logs, and torrential rains run down the mountainous regions of Sentani and Doyo in Papua, Saturday evening of March 16, leaving 104 people dead, 60 missing, 74 injured, and displaced more than 4,000 people in what is known to be the deadliest and most devastating landslide that ever happened in the province. Local reports said over 350 houses were destroyed and 2 main bridges were heavily damaged, making land transportation a greater challenge. Joint efforts from local government units and private sectors who continue to assess situation shows over 11,700 households in total were greatly affected by the calamity.
Kami ada di dalam rumah, kita baru mau tidur, tiba-tiba air langsung masuk, tidak ada hitungan menit kita mau keluar, air sudah sampai di dada.
Adventist institutions situated in Sentani and Doyo were also greatly affected. The Adventist Aviation Indonesia, the Papua Adventist Academy, the Perkumpulan Pendidikan Adventist Papua, and the newly established Adventist Health Center in Doyo were submerged in 4 feet high mud and sand after flash floods subsided. Adventist locals, missionaries, and personnel share their experiences after this devastating encounter.
Essentially, there was a landslide up about 3,000 feet elevation behind this campus. And that landslide went into a valley and created a dam. And then the water built up behind that with heavy rains on the mountain in the night. And so that then came down in a torrential force down the valley and it basically kind of ended here at Adventist Aviation. So we have areas that are up to about 8 feet under rocks and mud and sand. It's wiped out about 1 kilometer of our perimeter wall that we have here. It's knocked out our hangar, it's knocked out about 9 of our houses. The damage is quite extensive. Here in this hangar where we're at right now, we had about 3 inches or 10 centimeters of mud just caked on the floor. But thankfully we didn't have much damage other than the water damage from that. The biggest issue that we have is really our runway. It's completely damaged. It's under between 1 to 5 feet of rock and mud and logs and all kinds of debris. If we have full-time heavy equipment, an excavator, a bulldozer going, it's probably 3 months of work. So it's going to be quite some time before we can get that cleaned up.
Adventist Aviation Indonesia reported an estimated damage to properties of $5 million to restore regular operations. Restoration will take over 5 months to put everything back up and running.
Sebelumnya, inilah dinding yang kami punyai untuk melindungi sekolah ini. Tetapi setelah datang banjir, inilah yang terjadi. Air datang setinggi bahu dan menghancurkan segala sesuatu yang ada, termasuk dinding bagian utara ini. Dan inilah bencana yang terbesar selagi semasa sekolah ini ada. Inilah bencana yang terbesar yang pernah melanda.
The Papua Adventist Academy was severely damaged, destroying almost everything except the church. The Academy has not issued any reports as to its estimated amount of casualties. Both students and teachers are working hand in hand to identify the severity of the damage and how they can put things back together to restart classes.
Saya mengharapkan bantuan dari Tuhan dan Tuhan pasti akan membantu kita. Karena ini bukan pekerjaan saya pribadi, ini adalah pekerjaannya. Dan Tuhan akan menggerakkan siapa saja yang akan membantu pekerjaan ini.
Locals said that flooding and landslides happened in the area before, but this is the most disastrous in recent years. Reports said that human activities are becoming more and more active in the mountains, resulting to more frequent and greater flash floods. With the influence and massive work of the church in this region, suggestions to relocate Adventist Aviation Indonesia and the Academy to locations away from landslide-prone areas seem to be a necessity. Currently, both institutions halted their operations due to heavy damage. The Adventist Aviation Indonesia, though, coordinated with the provincial airport of Sentani to have access to its runway and hangar when AAI needs to do operations.
Kami semua memuji Tuhan, ya. Kami semua memuji Tuhan oleh karena kami dapat selamat dari bencana ini.
Locals and Adventists in the region are all recovering from the aftermath of this unanticipated event. Their prayer that soon everything will be back to its place and their mission and operations will continue to its track to serve the community and the many people they try to reach in far-flung areas.